Hey guys, my name is Deb Marnie and I'm from Aussie Maille, and this is our chainmail tutorial channel. Hey guys, a big hi, hello, welcome. How are you today? Thanks for popping in and spending some time with me. So today I've got a weave tutorial for you. This one is called Bumpa weave, and for those that don't know it, it's a helm weave variant. So it's quite a simple one to do. If you're fairly new to chainmail, you shouldn't have a problem with this at all. All right guys, enough chit chat, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I've got some sample pieces made up here for you of Bumpa weave. So coming up here on the side of the screen will be the sizes that I used to make these pieces with. They'll also be listed down below in the descriptions tab you'll find underneath this video. But to run through it quickly with you today, this version over here is our 14 gauge AWG version. So that's 1.6mm diameter wire. So the two ring sizes are 9.5mm for the silver rings and 1/4 inch or 6.35mm for the smaller coloured rings. The next one here is 16 gauge AWG 1.2mm diameter wire. The two ring sizes are 7 for the large and 3/16 or 4.76mm ID for the smaller ones. Next is our 18 gauge AWG version, so that's 1mm diameter wire. The larger silver rings for this one are 5.75mm ID, and the small coloured ones are 5/32 of an inch or 3.97mm. And finally, the little 20 gauge version, 0.8mm diameter wire. The large rings for this one are 4.75mm, and the smaller coloured rings are 1/8 of an inch or 3.18mm. Okay, so to start this weave, we're going to make up a chain that is too large, too small, too large, too small, for the length that you require your bracelet to be, or the weave to be, plus about 3 centimeters extra, because it will scooch up on you a bit. So you can make this up by pre-closing all of your small rings first, or you can you can close them as you go along. So whatever way it is that you prefer to make up a chain like this, go ahead and do that now. And once you've got it to the length you need, plus about 3 centimeters extra, meet me back here and I will show you what the next step will be. Okay, so I've made up the piece of chain to the length that I want it to be, making sure I've started and ended with a large pair of rings. So I've put a twist tie in the beginning here. It's not 100% necessary, I just like to do it. It makes it a little bit easier to hang on the weave when we're starting. But what we need to do now is pick up one of our large rings, and I'm going to go between the pair of large rings in our second set of rings in the chain. So I don't want this to go through those rings at all. I just want to slip them in between. And then I want to separate out our middle pair of small rings and feed that large ring all the way through into the first pair of rings. So you can see there that I've gone through this, in between the second pair, separated out the middle rings there, and come out into our first pair of rings. So I'm orbiting this top small ring here. Okay, and then bring that up through to the top and close that ring up. Okay, and it should look like that. So you can see I've slipped in between the pair of rings, the large pair of rings in the weave. I haven't gone through any rings at all. I've just orbited that, just the singular ring there. Okay. Then I want to do is flip my work over to the other side, because I want to place another ring in the same position on the other opposite side of my weave. So again, taking up an open large ring, I go down to the next set that doesn't have a ring through it yet. I slip my large ring in between them. I then separate the small rings so that I'm only going around one, bringing my ring, my opened ring, into the previous set of large rings, coming out through the top. Okay, and then once I've done that, I just close my ring up. And your work should look like that. So again, you can see this ring doesn't actually go through any rings. It just sort of slips in between and it orbits that single small ring at the top of your weave there, or on the right hand side in this case. So I'm going to flip my work over again, and I'm going to do the same here. So opening up a large ring, going down to the next new pair of rings here. So not this one up here where we've already got a ring in place. We're going down to our next free set. We're slipping in between those two. We're not going through them. We're slipping in between them, and then we're nudging our small rings apart, continuing to slip between our large rings, taking it all the way across until we go into the previous pair of large rings. Again, just slipping in between all the rings involved until we come out to the other side, and then we can close that ring up. And that's it, guys. It's a super simple weave, just gives a really nice variation to the standard helm. So if you're comfortable with doing helm, you should be fine to do this weave. So you just do that for the length of your bracelet, and then you would attach your clasp on the end as you normally would. But that's all there is to it, guys. Okay, and there you go, bumper weave. Okay guys, that's it. That's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you found it useful. If you did find it useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. Share the video if you like. If you're not a subscriber, you might want to consider doing that to help us out. That would be awesome. Check out some of our other videos that we have on our channel. There's plenty there for you to choose from. And last but not least, guys, don't forget to give our shop link up here in the corner a bit of love and affection. That's where we sell all the bits and bobs and you name it that you're going to need to make up this weave and many others. Alright guys, thanks once again for popping in. It was great to see you. I hope you're keeping safe and well, and that I'll catch up with you again sometime in the very near future. Bye.